back to the Bob Hershey story. I've been thanked for starting the reunions in 2000. But here's what you don't know. I wasn't sure it was a good idea at all. So I was, no. And one day I was driving down Market Street, and Bob Hershey's walking down the sidewalk. And I instinctively pulled over to the curb, and he saw me, and I rolled the window down, and he said, "Hey, Jen." I said, "Bob, I was thinking about having an all-class reunion." And he thought for a minute, and he didn't say, "Good idea." He didn't say, "Go for it." He said, "Let's do it." Honestly, if he hadn't said that, I'm not sure it would have happened. So I give him the credit for saying, "Let's do it." That's Bob Hershey.
I honestly don't know how to respond to all this. Someone asked me one time, not too long ago, what influenced our generation the most? Everybody here? You're okay. Asked me what I felt was the most influential thing that influenced our generation. I thought about that for a while. I came up with 3 words: God, family, country. Why did they come up with those? Both sides of our family, the Hershey side and the Steiner family, came from Switzerland. If you know anything about the history of Switzerland, you know it was run by a king, was very authoritarian, and he confiscated the goods. Many were farmers. He simply confiscated part of the goods, part of the farming, wheat, hay, whatever. Likewise, you were required to be in the service for 2 years. Beyond that, if you expressed an opinion contrary to the king, you could be beheaded. That happened. Our families, and probably many of your families, came here to this country for that reason, for religious freedom. Number 2 is family. Family, back at that time, was great. Family, when growing up, both of our families were farmers. And Sunday afternoon was devoted to family. Sunday evening, by the way, we had a radio, was something probably not many of you ever heard of: One Man's Family. Anybody remember that? Some of the older people. So that was Sunday. It was church on Sunday, family on Sunday afternoon. Last was country. Why was that influential? 1941, December 7th, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. We had 100 million people in this country, roughly. 16 million served in World War II. What do you suppose influence that had on my generation? Because a great many of us served. 16 million, every 6th person, basically men to begin with, served in World War II. So we get to this time, and I look back at that time in our lives. We came home, we got married, had families, and that influenced our lives because we wanted to do our very, very best for our Oroville community. We got into all sorts of community activities and events, and today you see the results. Good schools. We have 10 people in our family in education. Barb and I just went through that the other day. And so it's important that all of us do that in the past and in the future. The interesting part of it is, though, it wasn't just me. There was a great many people that got involved in our community, United Way, or Boy Scouts. And as a result of that, our community, it is what it is today. So, in behalf of myself, I'll accept this proclamation. I'll accept it on behalf of all the people who preceded our generation and in the future that helped develop Orville and made it the kind of community it is. Thank you.
And now it is time to start our show. I said now it is time to start our show. The stories and memories you are about to hear were collected from actual OHS alumni. Now don't worry, names have been changed to protect the innocent. And the actors appearing today, we want you to know, have spent countless minutes in rehearsal. And they represent 8 decades and proud OHS graduates. Enjoy the show. And get ready, as we are about to take you on a wild, mind-blowing adventure that took place here in OHS in the not-so-distant past. It was back in 2004 that retired teacher Bob Schonk was called in as a substitute for one of Jim Duxbury's science classes. Instead of taking the easy way out and just showing a video on the television, Mr. Schonk decided to conduct a scientific experiment, a decision that would change the temporal timeline as we know it. When a student accidentally mixed the wrong chemical compound in a beaker jar, the resulting explosion created a wormhole that transported 8 students from the past and the future into a time warp and brought them here to you today. Believe me, these students are just as confused as you are right now, but it will all become clear in just a moment.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Schonk. I had no idea what happened. Tracy told me it was okay to mix the barium, sodium, and phosphorus together. I promise. Hey, where am I anyway?
Yeah, but where's here? Seeing all the people, it must be a school assembly. But like, I don't recognize any of you. Do you go to school here?
I do. I go to Orville High School, class of 1974. My name's Debbie.
Debbie, you're old. You know what, Mom? She graduated in 74.
Mom, do you think I'm old enough to have a kid in high school?
Don't answer that, dude. It'll only lead to an argument.
I thought God was going to help us with this.
Sometimes in time travel, microphones don't work correctly. But I can answer your question about how you got here. You see, you've all been transported from your own time into an alternate universe.
That sounds very Back to the Future. Is there a magic DeLorean or something that's going to take us back home?
Something like that. But to get each of you back to where you belong, you need to find something. Well, if I told you, this program would be shorter than Mayor Plybon's proclamation, so I'll just do that right away. But I can tell you what it is. You've got to figure it out by yourselves. But to get you started, you might want to look in those boxes and look through that stuff to see if you find any clues. And to succeed, you're all going to have to help each other along the way.
sexy radio voice, he said if we were to look inside of these boxes to figure out how to get home. What's in there?
Well, we got a football jersey, there's a football, and some kind of uniform.
I'll take pom-poms.
Look, some pom-poms.
Band nerd here, I'll take the uniform.
All this football stuff really takes me back to the start of the new school year.
Did you even have football back then?
The thing I remember most is the happening scene with all the players. I mean, football's the season of the year. Everybody in town gets stoked and shows up at the stadium for game day.
I remember how tough the practices were, but they could be funny too. At one practice, coach wanted to see if I could kick an extra point. It wasn't a very great idea. My best friend Jim was the center. He snapped the ball back into the holder. I went up, I kicked it straight up the center, right into his butt. The ball flew straight and true right into his butt once again. It knocked him on the ground and he started rolling around in pain. That was fun.
It can settle pain, no doubt.
Yeah, but you know what? Everyone on the field got a good laugh, except Jim.
Yeah, we had a Rotary exchange student last year. He was on the team, but never got to play. Finally, one game, we were ahead, and Coach Tipton decided to put him in to punt the ball. Now, this guy was a soccer player, so he always approached the ball from the right side. He usually kicked it straight ahead, but not this time. This kid went straight into the bleachers, causing the president of the booster club to spill his popcorn as he tried to catch the ball. You should have seen the people scrambling to get away.
I love the excitement of pep rallies. The cheerleaders spend hours making signs, decorating the players' lockers, and hanging streamers down the hallways.
And the skits, somehow, they're able to get the football players to do the most crazy things like dressing up as cheerleaders and doing cheers.
And more than one coach ended up with a pie in the face.
I always think about how loud it gets, all the screaming and shouting.
I love all the noise when we did the victory cheer.
Victory cheer. That's when each class tries to outshout the other ones so they can win the spirit medal for the week.
Yep, let's do it now. We need your help out there. If you're from a class that graduated in 2010 through 2025, you're the freshmen. If you graduated from 1990 to 2009, you're the sophomores. If you graduated in the 1970s or 80s, you're the juniors. And if you graduated in the 40s, 50s, or 60s, you're the seniors.
So sophomore.
Are you ready?
B-I-C-T-O-R-Y, that's the freshman battle cry.
B-I-C-T-O-R-Y, that's the sophomore battle cry. B-I-C-T-O-R-Y, that's the junior battle cry. B-I-C-T-O-R-Y, that's the senior battle cry. B-I-C-T-O-R-Y, that's the rider battle cry. Victory, victory, victory.
You know, nothing compares to the Worcester pep rally. The parade downtown, the team riding in the back of the truck, cutting the Worcester General dummy down from the clock at the savings bank, taking it to the high school and throwing it on the bonfire.
What? Were you people barbarians? In a bonfire? Why we don't do that anymore?
But it was always a wild night. I mean, it was all to get the team excited about defeating our arch rivals, Worcester.
Yeah, Worcester sucks!
What would you say if I told you that someday in the future, some of you will have children that live in Worcester? That you may marry someone from Worcester? Or that Worcester is no longer the biggest rival the Riders have?
Tell me it ain't so, man!
Sorry, I can't change the future. Why don't you move on to the next box and see what's inside? I mean, there was more to high school than just football games.
Really? Like what?
Take a look and see.
Yearbook. Backpack. This all reminds me of school days.
Do you remember your freshman year in OHS?
I just remember being excited and scared at the same time.
The thing I remember about my first day as our lockers, they were assigned in alphabetical order. The boy before me was shorter than me, and of course, he got the top locker and couldn't reach it. I offered to switch it with him, and it worked out better for both of us. Our sophomore year, our homeroom teacher passed out the combinations, and when we got to the lockers, same thing. He just shrugged his shoulders and handed me his combination. We switched lockers again. He finally grew before our junior year. He's 6'2" and on the basketball team now.
Locker combinations. I can't tell you how many nightmares I had about forgetting my combination.
I never had enough time between classes to get to my locker, so I just carried my books with me all day.
My favorite trick was to come up to somebody who's entering their locker combination, and just as they get the last number, I'd reach over and spin the dice.
That's just mean. Funny but mean. How do all of you get to school? Close enough, so I walked until I got my driver's license. And no matter how I'm running in the morning, I find time for a quick visit to Stop and Go for a Hostess cupcake or a drink.
Me too. We didn't have foot bags or backpacks back then. We just carried everything back and forth. Winters were the worst.
Tell me about it. We weren't allowed to wear pants to school, and all of us girls just about froze.
I love that. And that was great because on the way home, I walked home past all my favorite hangouts. Fiddlers, Murray's Bakery, Sudden's,
I was a bus kid until I was a sophomore, and then I begged my parents to drive, and it was a little bit embarrassing getting dropped off at school by my mom. She drove a minivan. Don't even get her started about the pickup and drop off.
My boyfriend drives me in his souped up light blue Ford Tempo, and when I say souped up, I mean he has neon blue underglow lights on his car. In other words, I go to school in style every day.
I drove a blue 3-speed on my college station wagon.
Riding with friends is the best. I have one friend who drives and only plays Conway Twitty on an 8-track cassette player. The rest of us want to hear some rock music, but he just smiles and sings along with Conway the whole way to school.
Yeah, it was all fun and games on the way there, but once we got to school.
What do you mean? I love school. Teachers are the bomb.
And I hate to admit it, but I agree. I've had some great teachers. Mrs. Schilling, Miss Bowler, Mrs. Baer, Mr. Wyatt, Mr. Mass.
And Mr. Blosser, he's the yummiest.
Mr. and Mrs. Curie.
Mrs. Shelker and Mr. and Mrs. Duxbury, Mr. Hostetler, Miss Short, Mr. Smucker.
Miss Fast. Wouldn't it be wild if when we're grown up, we call our teachers by their first name? Oh, I could never do that. I could never call Miss Fast Joyce. I'm pretty sure the earth would open up and swallow me. I like that we change classes, so if you're stuck in a class you don't really like, you can count down the minutes till the next class.
Changing classes, the best part is figuring out who you would get to pass in the hallway between each class. If you have to catch up on gossip or see a cute boy, it's great, but we need more time.
I always find time to think of freshman girls. One in particular, you know what I mean.
I love my class except for study hall. Is that really a class?
I don't know why they call it study hall. All I remember is throwing wadded up paper, shooting spitballs through an empty pen, kicking the desk of any student who was unwise enough to fall asleep, and all those other mature things that 16-year-olds love to do.
Wait, you must not have had Mrs. Bradley. She makes you study here.
I would get a pass to go to the library instead of study hall. There's a bit more freedom in the library. You can meet up with friends there and study, or just whisper with each other and catch up.
Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, knowing how when the confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. I'm at it on, stand up and take.
I realize I'm supposed to be this omnipresent voice from the heavens, and I wish you could all see the look of shock on my face that a Bryan Fetty produced production had a song from the Golden Girls in it. $20, we get a Bette Midler song coming up. Now, despite what the school board would have you believe, a big part of your school year doesn't take place just within these halls of OHS. It takes place outside of the school day. Move on to the next box and see what incredible memories it holds.
Okay, this is a bunch of random things that don't make much sense.
What do you mean? This is my Friday night.
You mean the Orville has McDonald's? We had to go out of town to get one of cheeseburgers. I remember driving with friends over candy.
How many of you went cruising down High Street? We started the car wash, drive down to Clancy's, and back and forth all night long. We all knew each other by our headlights.
I don't know what a Clancy's is, but I definitely know cruising. We always drive the loop.
Around Draven stops, to the car wash, around the park. We'd stop at the root beer stand, swing by Pookie's, and drive along Penrose and Pokie Tree.
We cruised out to the post house on 585, or just around the county, or maybe over to Worcester.
We never really went cruising because I had my friends in the cool car.
Did you guys get to paint the bridge? They're doing construction now, and you have to have the road closed, so we don't get to paint it.
Yes, and me and my friend had to jump off the tracks when a train was coming. We ran from the cops all night long. I think they were really just messing with us.
We painted it, or rather tried to paint it on a Sunday afternoon. It ended with the police chasing us through a cornfield.
That's your problem. We did our underneath the cover of darkness.
I don't recall that I made that scene, but I plead the fifth.
I never got to it yet. Maybe those of us who didn't get to do it, we can do it tonight. My friends and I had a plan to paint it. At about 11 o'clock, I parked my car close by and headed to the bridge. But just before I got there, the police showed up, and everybody ran. I ran too and hid by myself in the creek at the end of Linden Avenue. When the coast was clear, I walked home. As I walked through the door, I was greeted by my dad, who told me that the police had called, and about kids painting the bridge and said my car was parked nearby. So they were sure I was one of the perpetrators. My dad covered for me and said, no, she's in bed right now. Thanks to my dad, I escaped having vandalism on my permanent record.
I just read recently that the best memories come from ideas, or bad ideas done with best friends.
Well, this reminds me of some great slumber parties that I've had with my friends. Oh, me too. Our slumber parties usually start with us doing a pizza run. And for some strange reason, we always have orange juice with our pizza. There will be 5 or 6 of us crammed in a car singing the Lawson's orange juice song. You know, roll on, we go. Get the juice up to Lawson's and 40 hours. Oh, wait. That's a 70s thing, sorry.
My best friend Peggy always brings a Ouija board. I'm sure that we're all going to be traumatized for the rest of our lives.
That, and I don't even bury word.
Oh, my best slumber party ever was my 10th birthday in July of 1969. It was all planned and it got delayed at the last minute due to the flood of July 4th. Power out, basement flooded, the whole area was a disaster. Lawson was giving out free ice cream, all of their ice cream, a child's dream. We carried it out in bags and took it home. My mom asked, what are you going to do with all this melting ice cream? And I was like, eat it. Well, you better get to it because it's going to melt. Our freezer isn't working. And my facial expression must have been priceless. What child cares about a freezer when you have all the ice cream you need? Who needs electricity anyway?
Now, you don't need juice to go out there and camping and maybe do a little fishing like me and my friends do. Although a freezer full of ice cream sounds far out to me.
So, since I've never been to one, what do you do at a slumber party?
The usual stuff. Eat junk food, paint our nails, listen to music, talk about who we like, who we don't like, stuff. You wouldn't understand the special friendships that we have with our girlfriends.
I just know the best times I've had with my friends were when we were out just doing things around town.
Yeah, like in the winter, it's ice skating on Miller's Pond or sliding down the hill behind the house with the after
We spend most of the summer hanging out at Ward Park, swimming at the pool, and watching ball games.
Playing tennis for me.
You guys ever go out after dark to that country road where people swear their ghost appears and flash your lights 3 times and then turn them off? You know, out on Muskrat Road.
What about driving the Ropes Harbor and the Crybaby Bridge? I went once and I'll never go back.
Glad my life isn't full of thrills like that. My friends and I spend our time together just hanging out at someone's house, going to movies 10 in Worcester, or having the occasional bonfire.
I like meeting up with friends at Bueller's on Saturday morning. I usually call and say, hey, let's meet in the record aisle.
Yeah, they don't mean to keep calling you old and stuff. But Bueller's at a record aisle?
Yeah, that's right. Record aisle, shoe store. They had a clothing store, pharmacy, fabric center, a gift shop, a barber shop, a beauty shop. They even had a place where you could take your pictures, get them developed, and printed. And you won't believe it, but they even had a car wash. You name it, in Bueller's.
So you mean it was like Amazon, where you could get anything and everything that was actually in a store?
Speaking of music, what kind do all of you listen to? We already know Mike doesn't like Conway Twitty, but what about the rest of you?
It's the Beatles and rock and roll, man.
All the 50s, 60s, and the Rolling Stones were the best.
Pearl Jam, baby!
I love popular 50s music, especially ballads like Love Mystery Number.
Michael Jackson, Journey, Foreigner, Pat Benatar, and the Go-Go's. My sister has the best album collection ever. She keeps everything in alphabetical order, and they better be that way when she comes home.
I'm into the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, Green Day, and some classic rock too.
Well, let's see if any of these would make your list of favorite songs. It's time for a dance party. Go out there and find a few audience members ready to get their groove on and join you on the dance floor.
Out in the dance
Turn the camera on with dance right here. All right.
That means they're old.
I'm not old.
He has great parents that raised me with great music.
I'm not old. He's fucking old. I'm 40. What? He said I was 40.
Yeah, my mom is 40.
Oh, your mom's 40?
Everybody else in this room is over this. Yeah, it's
That brings our dance party to a close, but I can't wait to read in the next edition of Word News about how the guy from the furniture store broke his hip in the skit. Now that, oh, and also side note for those of you that were out there, I'll be selling 900 milligram tablets of ibuprofen by the day. So now that everyone has had their aerobic workout for today, for your students, I see there are a few more boxes to check out.
Right you are, Casey Kasem. Look at this stuff.
He's weird.
What do we have here? A bunch of scripts? Are any of you in the plays at OHS?
I wasn't one. I liked the girl that talked me into getting in it, and I had 2 lines, and I was so scared I would forget them. But oddly enough, I still remember them to today.
Well, what were they?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Are you ready? I think he went that way. Actually, no, he went that way.
I love doing musicals. All the singing and dancing always puts me in such a great mood. We have a really good lot of talent in our class.
I never understood musicals. I mean, what universe do people suddenly first have to stop and start dancing?
We have the one-act play festival where each class has to put on a short play. It's so great because the cast is made up of kids who really haven't been on stage before. The directors are all experienced thespians. We had such a fun class. Our play was pretty corny, but it was funny.
We do that too. Our play was Run to the Roadhouse, Nellie.
I was going to be in a play one time, and I found out I had to wear tights, and I just wasn't into that.
I was singing choir too. I'm not the greatest, but we put all our voices together. It sounded pretty good.
Two of my friends and I joined choir this year. It was so fun. But I was never assigned actual words, just my friends and I still laugh about it.
I wonder how many of you over there in the choir sang when they were at OHS. Come on, raise your hands.
Oh,
Really all of them.
I'm not in choir, but I play in tuba band.
I was the first chair flute in Bobby Day my junior year. Mr. Heddle always makes me hold his jacket or items under his chair, and he gets very close to my face with the baton. Somehow I managed to make it through concertina without an injury.
Concert band's okay, but I really dig marching band. Band practices are always hard, but they're also advanced. In August, we had practices Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to noon.
When school starts, practices are Monday through Wednesday, right after school. Thursday nights, we practice in the state lights. I get jazzed when the majorettes twirl fire and they turn off all the lights.
what about riding the band bus to away games? band members are hanging out the windows, cheering as loud as they can as the bus drives us through town into the football stadiums.
All I know is that when it was time to get on the bus, everyone rushed to get on the best bus driver in the county.
Yes. Yes.
She was the best. She put up with all the laughing, cheering, and singing, and all the shenanigans that went on. All we would always say is, what happens on the band bus stays on the band bus.
So many memories, so many great friends. I can't believe how lucky we were.